Hi, it's Steph Solfrini here. I'm the founder of the Marco Polo Group. We help CEOs and business owners to fix, scale, increase the value, and exit their businesses very successfully. We've been doing this for 30 years. Today, I want to address one of the questions that I get from my CEO clients, which is how do I get my employees to believe in me more and trust me more? At the end of the day, once you've set up your company strategy, actions for the year, and where you want to get the business to go. If you don't get the execution part right, nothing's going to happen. And how do you get the execution part right? Well, this is where the art of the business running takes place, and that's where it's all about being really good with people. And one of the big things about being a great leader is if people don't trust you, don't believe in you, they're not going to follow through. They're just collecting a paycheck and they won't give you 200%. So how do you increase that trust? So I distill it to a couple of things. First of all, you've got to be super authentic. And that means that you don't try and be this packaged CEO, this robot. Just be yourself, right? I mean, you got to that position because you either had a great vision and built a business that had demand and scaled up, or you got hired to do that job because of your technical skills, your previous track record, et cetera. But one of the things that you've got to do is take off the mask. It doesn't work in these modern times. When I was a younger chap, the CEO had this godlike appearance, persona. They were very stiff. They wore many masks, and that just will not wash with today's generations, today's employees, and all of that. So you've got to be super authentic. Just be yourself, be fallible, show the pros and cons of a lot of things. Two, be super sensitive to people's emotions and people's personal lives. If you show authentic interest in that, you will do really well. And many of the time, people just have this naturally, they just care about people. And if you are not one of these people, you have to work on it because people feel it when you are authentic or not. And it really shouldn't be something that's contrived. After a while, it will become very natural to find out about people's families, what's going on in their life, all of that sort of stuff. And it really makes a difference. So make sure that emotionally you're very connected to people. And then give people the leeway. Give people the leeway to make decisions and trust them with the decisions, unless they're completely deviating where you think it's going to be a disaster. If it's an idea comes up on the table and you can brainstorm and you can see the merits and it's worth giving it a go and you've got the resources to do it, give it a go. Do a small test run in the market, and if it works, great. And if not, just cut it and don't criticize people for it, because if you don't try, you won't get a benefit. So that's really important. And the other thing I found is not being super hard on criticizing people. Just focus on the positives and then say, look, this didn't go so well. How can we fix it? But just to hammer people with, oh, you've done this wrong, you haven't done this. Well, again, that doesn't really work very well in this environment. What you've got to do is just focus on the positive and just say, look, this didn't work out. What do you suggest? I think maybe we should do this or that. And that seems to work much better. But it's all about building trust, and you build trust by leading by example, by being sensitive to others, by not being a jerk, by being super transparent, and by fostering teamwork, by fostering how can we sort things out, how can we solve it, rather than having this soliloquy that you hear often from leaders going, I. So cut all that out, that doesn't work. It's more about, look, how can we solve this problem? What do you suggest? What do you suggest? And if you become more of a facilitator once you've said the strategy and the direction, I think that the trust factor will really shoot up. And I always found that leading by example, by really living your vision and your strategy and your execution discipline more than anyone else in the company, speaks volumes and really gets results. So lead by example, be empathetic, focus on being a team player, we, not I, and I think you'll get much better results. and build trust in your organization.